Now going back to our presentation here, the Pathauto naming scheme, I have two recommendations for you here to follow. The first is use the node title in your URL path or URL alias, and this is straight out of the box. Don't change this. This is really the best way to go for SEO purposes unless you have some very specific reason to change it. My number two recommendation to you is give each content type a subdirectory according to that type of content. For example, give the articles type, article / the name of the title. If it's about courses, have it as courses / the name of the title. This really helps to keep your site clean and give it some structure. It lets users and the search engines know where they are on your site. At a later date, if you decide to place blocks, you can place blocks using the URLs. And as I mentioned before, if you have multiple users, you can actually use the username / title if you want it to be user specific, such as if you have a blog. This is a good way to separate different people's blogs using the Pathauto, as well as you can get the author's name in there for SEO purposes. When someone's Googling it and they see their name, they recognize their name, then the title of the article or the blog post, they say, okay, I know who that is. It builds you some brand recognition. Now, when talking about naming schemes, we should also talk about some dangerous naming schemes for Drupal's Pathauto. There are a couple, and this is advice from Drupal.org. These are especially important if you allow multiple users to create content, basically anyone other than the admin. If it's just the admin and you're probably okay. But if, like a lot of people, we have a lot of users, a lot of different staff using these sites, we need to be a little more careful. The first one is avoid typical subdirectory aliases such as forum / admin / user / because Drupal already uses these aliases and they can result in a conflict, meaning we should never set our Pathauto to be forum / and then the name of the title, or admin / and the name of the title. That's not going to work for us, so avoid these three specifically. The second thing we want to avoid is for non-admin users to use the root alias without a subdirectory. So for example, I showed you on my basic page, I didn't want to use any subdirectory. I wanted it to be root, so I could have www.drupalforanyone.com / about us. So this is fine for the administrator. The reason you don't want to give root aliases is because certain websites use certain URLs to verify ownership, such as Google. Google asks you to verify ownership by having a specific page on your site. Well, if one of your users can come in and create www.drupalforanyone.com / Google and a code that Google gives you, and Google goes to verify and they see, okay, this person owns this site. So this could be a security risk right there.